Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In today video we are going to see about the development of face. Before going to see the development of face, we should know what is stomatium. So stomatium is the one which is going to form the future oral cavity. Towards the cephalic end the forebrain vesicle is there, and towards the caudal mandibular arch is there. So the development of face occurred the cells from the forebrain vesicle and from the mandibular arch is going to occur. How this process is going to occur, we will see. So the development of face occur by means of three process. The first one is the frontonasal process, and then a pair of maxillary process and a pair of mandibular process. So maxillary process is there, no? It is a part of the mandibular process only. If you seen the video of pharyngeal arches, the first pharyngeal arch is the mandibular arch. So this from the mandibular arch only the maxillary process is also going to arise. So this development of face occur by means of three process: frontonasal process, maxillary process and mandibular process. Each process contains a mesenchymal core which is surrounded by a surface ectoderm. So here in the picture we can clearly see the three process which is going to form the face. The first one is the frontonasal, and then from the mandibular arch pair of maxillary process and a pair of mandibular process. So this three process. So now first we'll see the frontonasal process and its formation. So during fourth week around the stomatium towards the cephalic end the forebrain vesicle is present, and towards the caudal end the mandibular arch is present. During fifth week what will happen? The mesenchymal cells present in the caudal surface of the forebrain vesicle is going to get proliferate, and this proliferation is joined with the surface ectoderm and forms the frontonasal process. So next we can see the frontonasal eminence clearly in the picture. So the whole thing we can see here is the frontonasal prominence. These and all, this process we can see it in the cephalic and caudal part of this optic cup. We can see this frontonasal process. So here we can see the proliferation of the cells in the picture. In this picture, we can see clearly the proliferation of the cells, and this we can call it as the nasal placode or olfactory placode. Both are same. So this can see the proliferated cell in this part. So on either side of the median plane of the frontonasal process, we can see a depression of cells is going to form a pit-like structure. On either side of the median plane of the frontonasal process, there is a surface a depression occurs on the proliferated cells. This surface depression is going to produce a pit-like structure which is called olfactory pit or nasal pit. So this is the olfactory pit or nasal pit. So this olfactory pit, what it is doing is it separates the frontonasal process into medial nasal process and lateral nasal process. So this pit is connected to the stomatium only. So now here we can see the medial nasal prominence and lateral nasal prominence. The lateral nasal prominence is there, no, which is going to form the alae of the nose. And the medial nasal prominence, which grows downwards, which grows caudalwards and forms the globular process. That is the median globular process in the nose, no. So that is formed from the medial nasal prominence. And when the olfactory pit goes on deeper, the pit goes on deeper, at time what happens is the median nasal prominence becomes thins out and it becomes a nasal septum. That we can call it as the primitive nasal septum. So next thing is the globular process is there, no, which is developed from the median nasal prominence. This globular process only forms the philtrum of the upper lip. So during the formation of frontonasal process, the maxillary process is also going to develop. So this maxillary process developed from the mandibular arch. That is the cephalic part of the mandibular arch, it is going to develop. And the development of the maxillary process occurs below the eye. So that process we can see it here. This triangular process is goes on develop before the process of meeting between the frontonasal and maxillary process. A deep furrow-like structure we can see between the maxillary and this frontonasal process. That deep furrow is called a naso-optic furrow. So what happens is the maxillary process, the developing part of the maxillary process joins only the superficial part of this going to join with the frontonasal process, whereas the deeper part is going to canalized and forms a canalized structure like which is called a nasolacrimal duct. So here in this we can see clearly the maxillary process. The superficial part of this maxillary process joined with the frontonasal process, whereas we can see a deep canalized like structure between the maxillary process and frontonasal process, which is nothing but nasolacrimal duct. So this nasolacrimal duct towards the cephalic end, it is connected to the conjunctival sac and the caudal end is connected to the lateral nasal wall. So once the maxillary process join with the lateral nasal process, it goes on develop. So here the joining of maxillary process and lateral nasal process we can see. And the maxillary process is go on develop and this going to join with the globular process. This is the globular process. It goes meet with the globular process and joins. Once it joined with the globular process, the separation of the uh, nasal cavity and the oral cavity occurs. That is, this maxillary process only produces the persistent opening of the primitive anterior nares. Now we can see the formation of the mandibular prominence. We can see a pair of mandibular prominence is there. This going to develop the lower lip and the lower mouth region. So below the oral fissure, it is bounded by the mandibular arch. So this maxillary and the mandibular arch, which are separated from the alveolar process of the teeth by means of alveolabile sulcus. So alveolabile sulcus is nothing but the surface ectodermal cells. That is the development of the surface ectodermal cells, which separates the maxillary and mandibular process from the alveolar process. So here we can see this is the lateral angle of the mouth. So previously, this lateral angle of the mouth as in close connection up to the auricle. So once there is a fusion occur between the maxillary and mandibular process occurs, the lateral angle comes more medially. That is, the lateral end is going to fuse, and then we can get a definitive oral cavity. So this is the definitive oral cavity we can get. Once the fusion of the maxillary and mandibular process occurs, we can get a definitive oral cavity. So this fusion doesn't occur in case of the dogs and all. So that only the dogs doesn't have a cheek. So we can come to the end of the development of phase. So finally, this development of phase occur by means of three process: frontonasal, a maxillary process, and a mandibular process. So each one I have discussed here clearly, I think. Uh, Please friends, if you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.